barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So, let me take it off so I can. A couple of days ago, I read the article about Leonard Ellerbe saying Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz is happening, and it's going to be on pay-per-view, and it's going to be after the epidemic, and it's going to be at 1:30. And I sat back and I thought to myself, they may be setting Tank Davis up for failure. I mean, excluding him being on the undercard of a Floyd Mayweather card, I can't see how the pay-per-view would do well. Oh, Fred, you a hater. Not by a long shot. I'm the one that's going to buy the pay-per-view. But 30 million people are unemployed. How can you put on a pay-per-view right back when college football is free, NFL is free, the NBA hasn't canceled their season yet? It's gonna hurt boxing. It's gonna hurt boxing. I think Showtime and Leonard Ellerbe need to change their plans. I think that fight would do better being for free. I think that fight would be great throwing it on CBS. You got to give the fans something. You got to give the world something. You know, I understand you want to make money. I get all of that. But that's not even a pay-per-view fight. You know, Leo didn't even sell out the Staples Center. Um, I remember the report said that Dominic Breazeale and Deontay Wilder was going to be on pay-per-view, and then they ended up just putting it on regular Showtime. And I believe that fight was on pace to hit well over 1 million people. I think it stopped at 990 or something. And you know why? Because he got knocked out in the first round. He would have hit 1.1, 1.2 easy. And the replay value of that knockout is, you can't put a price tag on it, you know. And it obviously led to Luis Ortiz, his paycheck against Luis Ortiz, and definitely his paycheck against Tyson Fury. So with all that being said, I think we need to take a step back. I think Leonard Ellerbe and TMT and Showtime need to take a step back, because it's going to be hard asking for $50, $70, $90 for Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. And it's just the business of America. It's not even the business of boxing. No one's going to be able to sell a pay-per-view. And that's a perfect fight to give to the fans. That's a perfect fight to introduce whoever the next superstar is as the fourth fight. You know what I mean? Do a 4-fight telecast. You know what I mean? I don't know what CBS got going on, but you do a 4-fight telecast, man, and you throw that hoe on CBS. I think Showtime got to get back to doing CBS like they did Danny Garcia and Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman. I believe that was on CBS. Yeah. I actually threw a fight party, and I'm just trying to make business sense of this whole thing. I don't want Tank to fail. There's no way that pay-per-view does 150,000 pay-per-view buys. I don't know what the break-even point. I don't know what they get, what their salaries are. I'm not even going to that. But if 30 million people are on unemployment, and Leo Santa Cruz is not universally recognized, Tank Davis is becoming that. I mean, you gotta make great business decisions. You know. It's like me pressuring tenants that they rent is late at this point. You understand what I'm saying? Even though I've discounted everybody's rent, they're paying. Oh my God! I mean, I'm not gonna get into it, but it's costing me a lot of money. But I understand the conditions that we're in now. And I think it's just very, very important that sports save themselves. I understand Tank can be a star, but people aren't paying People aren't paying. Uh, people are not paying. I'm sorry, I just got a text. People are not paying all that money for Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. That's not even a regional fight because Tank Davis is from a different region and Leo Santa Cruz is from a different region. So you can't even like monetize a region. Imagine Gary Russell versus Tank Davis. You can capitalize that region. It's kind of how like the NFL made people go buy tickets, and they would black out the Raiders, they would black out the Rams here in Los Angeles, and they would make you go buy the tickets. You know, maybe they have to do something like that, and maybe they could do something like that for like for like Gary Russell versus Tank Davis. You know what I mean? Where you have to go buy a ticket if you're in the DMV area, or you got to buy it on pay-per-view. These are things that can actually happen. You can actually black it out. So does it make sense? I don't know. These are just ideas that I'm not gonna get credit for, but they're gonna be like, "Damn, Fred, you smart." You know what I mean? But oh yeah, Tank's a star. Leonard, slow down, Leonard, slow down. You're speaking from the comfortability of your mansion. You're speaking from a perspective that very few people can live. I'm assuming you have a great life. I'm assuming you have a big mansion in Las Vegas, which you should have. Property value is so cheap there. And but be cognizant of America, and I want boxing to be cognizant of America. You understand? If not, you're gonna lose the sport. I'm just telling you, you're gonna lose the sport, and it's gonna take some rebuilding. You can't gouge them. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna wake up with 37,000 pay-per-view buys, and you're gonna be like, "Damn, Fred on YouTube was right. It was a pay-per-view fail. The fight probably was sensational, but it was a YouTube fail. It was a pay-per-view fail." So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. We going live every night, y'all. We going live every night during quarantine. I appreciate y'all, man. Barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.